Okay, we are live.
Welcome back to our GURPS Star Wars Vanguard campaign. I am Rigil Kent, your GM for tonight. We will be down FX this session thanks to work. This campaign will be utilizing the GURPS 40 rules, but is set in the Star Wars universe, specifically in BBY, or Before the Battle of Yavin, 4. So 4 years until Alderaan goes boom. In addition to our live streams on Twitch, this and all future sessions will be available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. Links will be found in the descriptions. Before we begin, Ronki, do you have any character business for Bosco? Sorry, loophole.
Loophole. Yes, I need to check. Yes, I would like to. No, I can't increase it. Damn it. Never mind.
This is the third session, so you can still make changes. You and Red can make changes freely.
Well, that would be all well and good, unless I had more points.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Gigerman, do you have any character business for Nim?
Yeah, I was starting to realize that I had absolutely no future plan for his advancement in time, so I was wrestling with that a bit today. I'm kind of leaning at this point toward going more recon spy kind of thing, so I went ahead and put a point in intelligence analysis, which nobody had, and
Clock at it.
what was the other thing? Oh, tradecraft. Profession.
Is that a skill? Okay.
Yeah. So he's only got a 9 in intelligence analysis at one point, so he's not exactly good at it, but I'm just getting started with that. So that's all I did.
Noted. All right. Pendragon, do you have any character business for Red?
Just a couple of things. I've bought broken spoken Sherrywook, so in the future we can communicate with our Wookiee colleague. And I went ahead and I bought a portable workshop for explosives as well, and that's it.
Okie doke. So this is like I said, this is the third session, even though tonight is going to be something of a minor deviation. So Loophole and Red, you will be locked in at the beginning of next session.
All right.
And today it's going to be something of a minor deviation, as I stated. We're going to where we last left off last session. Loophole, at the very least, was meeting with someone and saw the old man Arno at the wherever it was he was meeting them. So we're going to dial back slightly. So don't get killed, Loophole, because that would totally mess with everything. We're going to rotate it back about 12 hours. And this is going to cover probably mostly the evening before that, where you guys had met with the Mirielin lady at the hotel. You had done some various investigative work, and then you're like, "Ah, crap! We're waiting to hear back from this other dude." And in the session, I skipped forward a bit, and now I'm skipping back a bit. So it was established or pointed out, I think it was by Giger, that you guys need forged IDs to, move around Fantine and specifically the city a bit more easily.
And the fact
Yep.
that we didn't already have them is a little head scratching.
Yep. So that's why I decided what had happened is you had put in an order with someone that that Nima knew, or Nim knew, not Nima. Why do I keep putting this Nima? Wait, I know why. That Nim had previously reached out to a slicer / forger that he worked with in the past when he was running with less than savory types.
That was another thing that actually occurred to me as far as improvement was picking up a contact group of my old crew.
Yeah, that sounds potentially doable. But regardless, so you guys were supposed to have received those IDs, but the contact, Vessa Dern, has gone completely silent. That's after you already paid her and everything.
Well,
Damn it, Nim. I thought we could
where
trust these people.
where would we normally find this person?
Here in the slags, somewhere.
I take it we don't have any more specific information.
Sorry, I was just dragging the tokens back on there because I realized, oh crap, I'd forgotten to do that after I moved them. In the past, you have done your communications with Vessa via, well, comms. Basically, it's the equivalent of getting onto a computer and chatting with her, or having a Zoom meeting. So you're not entirely sure where she operates out of, other than you strongly suspect it's the Slags. And you have met her, a couple times face to face, but those were usually at, prearranged drop points or the cantina.
Well, so it won't do any good to call her because we've already called her and she hasn't responded.
That is correct. So tell me how you're going to find her.
Well, I presume it's going to be some variety of hitting the streets. Whoever else, somebody might have recommended her to us to use, and that person may know, or whatever. I am reluctant to refer to Hobbs in this particular venture, given we basically just backstabbed him.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the butt. Also, something to consider is you're going to be moving about the streets at night because at this point the sun has gone down, and most people have gone indoors. The imps are still out occasionally, but there is the whole curfew in effect. Whether people respect the curfew or not, well, that's up to them. And further, despite the fact I've only got the one cantina on the map, I am certain there are plenty of other, watering holes around this area.
Oh, surely there's some kind of underground way of getting around. But at least for the moment, we can just use communication for the time being. So we can reach out to various people that we know, assuming we actually know people. Various of them.
Conveniently enough, there are 3 PCs who are going to be available for doing whatever it is needs to be done.
So, Rolodex.
Okay. I guess that would probably be straight streetwise.
And since our illustrious boss Bosco is not currently available, I guess he's asleep. Said do not disturb. We don't need him.
Exactly. He said, "Leave me alone. I'm going to be cooking up some drugs in my room."
All right.
And you're presuming they're medicinal drugs, but you don't know.
So this is effectively trying to find a person. Once again, I don't know how detailed you want to get into that, but I will make a roll if you'd rather just start there.
Yeah, let's start there. I don't know if Loophole and Red are able to assist.
I'm an
Probably
upper
don't need
and I
assist.
have 0 streetwise.
Right. So that means Nim basically has human muscle.
That's true.
That's cool. And they're
Me and
both
my
old
pinheads
and
here.
grizzled. They're both old and grizzled.
Got some jack pinheads backing me up.
All right. So with a success of 5, you will reach out to some people, and they will basically give you the same sort of thing that you're doing here, where it's like, yeah, she's
Mm.
like been ducking my calls of late. Not sure what's going on.
So he'll try to get somebody to tell him where to go look for her physically.
Right. So since it's by 5, yeah, I think you can probably get a decent idea. It's like, probably one of the locations that's under the what is that thing called? The 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 box on the map with the names
Oh,
and
the legend.
locations. Legend. That was the word. I knew what words were. So it's
For,
clearly like, over there under the box.
for someone who's stuck in trade his words, I
I
would
know.
expect you to know them better.
Eh.
Okay. And we don't have anything more specific than that.
Not at the moment, no.
At least it's not that far away.
It is not.
Perhaps you can ask your contacts when was the last time anyone's seen her or heard from her.
By contacts, you mean the people I was just talking to. Um,
Yeah, it's mostly been a couple days.
okay.
Not quite a week.
Yeah. So, how can we narrow that down without actually breaking curfew? My leaning at this point is area knowledge. I do have area knowledge of this town, although maybe not this part of town specifically, although that probably would factor.
Well, so if your family had a place here, so
Yeah, I would
you
assume
probably know this better than the upper parts of town.
my area knowledge of Minerva City would probably start here. Outside of that, I can't think of. I mean, outside of what kind of do we know what she does publicly?
She's a slicer and a hacker.
Publicly,
Publicly, she doesn't exist.
okay.
She's just a
So,
sort of a street rat. She
well, but
may have picked up zeroed. Who knows?
that means she probably doesn't have a shop or anything like that, so we
Oh,
wouldn't be looking
definitely
for
not.
that. So in that area, what's in that area? Is there anything at all important there? Shops, anything like that? Anything other than residences?
It's a mixture. It's mostly like, rundown shop sort of thing, but nearly all of them have like living quarters above, on the upper level, or if they have a basement, they have the living quarters downstairs.
I wonder if they have a seepage problem with the basements around here.
Well, that's going to depend on lots of things.
It is Ultratech, so maybe they've got a solution for that.
Yeah, go raid your neighbor who doesn't have seepage and take his place.
Well, that possibly. Anybody else got any ideas?
So I was just thinking, are there like sewers and subterranean pipes, passages that we could utilize to move during times of curfew?
I would say that there probably is like a sewer, but it's going to be really, really dangerous because, well, it's going to be stuck full of the acid rain stuff.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, I would think it would definitely have somewhere for the runoff to go, and that is precisely where the runoff would go.
Great way to dispose of bodies, though. Just toss them in the sewer, and it melts them.
I suppose the other thing is anything we know about her personally, if she had any preferences. I don't know the character, so I don't know anything about her. Or is she someone sufficiently paranoid that we've never seen? Well, you said we've interacted with her physically.
No, I said Nim has interacted with her
Yeah,
physically.
well, one of us has. And Nim has eidetic memory, so he knows what she looks like. Wait a minute.
Not what you're thinking.
But you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, she's not in a bikini.
With a gun. Pendragon has no idea what we're talking about.
Nope.
Does Ronki know what we're talking about? Which would be really sad.
Yep. No, that was a CG, or not CG, Night Cafe, my free AI generation thingamajiggy. It decided to do it that way, and I went, huh, okay, sure.
Did you use the Claudia image as a reference?
I did not know.
Well, that's coincidental, I guess. Anyway. Okay, so we know A, what she looks like. B, she's not in the public eye anywhere, so she's probably not running a shop or anything like that. Yeah, outside of that, I mean, we can just walk around the area, but it seems unlikely you're just going to bump into her that way.
True. But I suppose you could interact with any of the other people that are present in that area.
Sorry, didn't one of us had like serendipity? That would be a moment to use it if it's one of the other two guys.
Who had that?
What, we walk out the front door and surprisingly she's just right there? Walking
Yeah,
past?
I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work like that.
Yeah, Loophole has serendipity.
That could be somewhat useful.
Well, we may need it. Yeah, I don't have any ideas other than that.
Well, if we know she operates under the legend, we should go around there and ask some people, have they seen her?
It's the Legend District.
Now it is.
Yeah, but like you said, we're after curfew. People walking around, A, are going to get stopped, and B, are everybody else is inside, so they're going to be less likely to be responsive to canvassing.
Other than other ne'er-do-wells.
Well, other than other ne'er-do-wells who may not have our best interest in mind either. So we are taking a chance here, but I don't have any better ideas, so we may as well just... We could take the Heinleinian view and make the leap and figure it out on the way down.
How easy is it to move around during curfew?
That's an interesting question.
Is it like suicide or is it risky?
I don't think it's going to be suicide.
Also,
they're going to probably, their standard Imperial stuff is they're going to have like checkpoints on the major thoroughfares, but they're not going to be like everywhere because that's just a super waste of manpower. I suspect they would probably more normally, or not normally, mostly rely on surveillance droids.
something just occurs to me. Is there sort of an equivalent of listening to a police scanner?
Well, I think that would have been probably more the case for like Novasec because they're not the military, but this is basically military occupying force. Their
Right.
stuff
They'd
is
still
going to be
use radio.
encrypted. Yeah, but it's going to be encrypted.
Well, yeah, that's true. Of course, probably everybody's encrypted. You just had to get into it. Yeah, if Tina were here, we would have that covered, I'm sure. But right now, we do not. So I wonder what skill that would be.
What, listening to a police scanner?
Well, so this
Electronic
is
ops
communication. I guess it
communications.
would. Yeah, it would probably be electronic ops communications. rather than, for example, hacking.
What is default to? It's the others -2. Is it?
That's if they're related.
I have sensors.
Yeah, well, I've got communication, but it's only at a 13. It's not exactly stellar.
Mine is a
13 is pretty
15. I have
good.
lag 2.
True.
I could give it a go.
The defaults for it are to repair and engineer. Assuming you had those, which I expect you do not. It doesn't involve blowing things up, although a remote detonator would be communications, so that would be useful for you to have, I suppose.
I have engineer electronics. That's what I have, and mining as well, which is not useful.
Not yet, but what if it were? Okay, well, we'll let that go. We probably want to put a pin in that because we're probably going to want to revisit that concept later. But for now, we can just do the physical canvassing, I suppose.
Yeah, circling back to Ronki's question, moving around there, I'm just going to probably ask for a stealth check, and with the presumption that you are using the back alleys as much as possible and avoiding the lights and hiding when you hear a droid floating by.
If a droid is blown up, does that sound alarms?
It probably would, yes.
So it's like an immediate alarm. It's not like, droid 426 failed to report in.
They had blaster detection towers.
Yeah, but that's not a terrible point that he's making there, considering this place has got all the stupid rain burn and everything. It's entirely possible that if you don't shoot a droid, but like somehow the surveillance droid is disabled, and it doesn't set off blaster alarms, then they would quite possibly send the next droid to investigate on the presumption that was this just a malfunction, and if it wasn't, then we set the alarm.
That brings up another thing we should probably put a pin in is jamming.
You should make a note about that sort of stuff.
Maybe.
But if the team is going to, sneak over there to the Legend District now, then go ahead and give me a stealth check to hopefully ensure you don't get caught or noticed or observed or whatever.
Will this be a group check or individual?
Let's see. How does
Does anybody not have it? Red have stealth?
I
Yep.
think everybody has stealth.
I would assume everybody does.
Loophole
So it's
has
just
stealth.
so as a group roll, we just need the highest skill roll and let that stand for everyone.
Mine is not particularly good. Mine's a 12.
Fortunately, it doesn't have to be. 12 is adequate.
What's loopholes?
12.
Yeah, okay. Kind of figured
So
it
I
was
think
going to end up
Nim
being
is taking the lead. He's like, all right, follow me and do what I say.
open fine, I presume.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh,
Wow, great.
16. Okay. So by 4. So you will easily be able to avoid any Imperial entanglements, which is good news.
Keep your pinheads down. Also, if someone chases us, you're on your own. I'm not waiting for you.
Well, that fills me with a great deal of confidence.
You guys are too slow.
So, where's this place that she operates out of?
Okay, so with regards to the Legend District, as I declared previously, there are lots of 2-story buildings that it's like, oh, that's clearly a shop at the lower level. That one there is got and then they have the living quarters above. There is also a lot of gang graffiti that is basically tagged in there, the Star Wars equivalent. Yep, definitely gonna have to do something about this button because it's like irritating.
I
Do you
wonder what
have like spare mouse buttons?
Yeah, I went and got another mouse because I wanted that, and I'm like, oh, this is great. This one has like 13 additional buttons, but they're not quite that big, and they're off to the side, and it's kind of irritating. So I
On
just
my
need
mouse,
to.
there's a button. There's a button right where the thumb sits. So you just push the thumb button for my push to talk. Works well.
Yeah, there are 12 thumb buttons on this one. And there's also one that's, I guess it's a pointer finger. It's right next to the normal single click, but that is a double click button.
Yeah.
And I have not yet determined if I can actually program these things to be anything other than what they are. Because if I could, I would absolutely change that double click to nothing and then send it to TeamSpeak.
I had a mouse with a double click button once. I actually kind of got used to that.
Yeah, this mouse, it's fine, but the right click is also really weird. It's not it's like normally I would figure it's down at the bottom where the whole key where you click, but no, you have to like click nearly the top of the mouse for it to recognize the right click.
Hmm.
Super irritating.
Anywho,
I'm gonna ask for a observation or perception check from everyone.
I would
It
bet
can be
that
in the
should
open.
be, well, or not.
No, 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 no. Yeah. That's fine. 2 by 4 by 2.
We
Okay.
are predictably successful.
Yep. Well, since you are going into the situation where you know what she does and know that she's getting likely in there, I'm going to say you're probably actively looking for indications of like, yeah, that building over there has a lot of unnecessary antennas that
Mhm.
are like very well concealed from above. Interestingly
Yeah,
enough, it has. Yeah, go ahead.
I was actually just thinking that it would be useful to search for transmissions, but at the same time, if she's out of service, she may not be transmitting.
Yeah, but and interestingly enough, that particular building has lots of graffiti for a gang that calling themselves the Carbonite Vipers.
Well, being from this area, do we know these guys?
They're pieces of crap.
Are they new?
Yes and no. It's like there's been a gang like this in the area or a gang with that name in this area for I don't know a decade, but they're not the same gang. It's like
Oh, right.
this gang over here, this gang, they run around, they get some, they cause enough trouble, and then the police or whoever it was that was in charge smush them, and then a couple years later, a new gang starts calling themselves that because they think it's a cool name. Current iteration are just absolute thugs. Everybody's going, probably thinking, "Yep, not going to take long for these guys to get smushed."
I'm more specifically, I was meaning, are they new to this area, or have they been here? Are they moving into new turf here?
Does he have a current affairs skill or anything like that?
No, best I could manage is area knowledge on that one.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an area knowledge then.
Where did I put that? This may actually be
It's
the first time I've used it.
you have not actually heard a lot about these guys, so this is a fairly new iteration of them. And it's probably less to say that they're new. And I just realized I moved the whole thing, and I shouldn't have done that. Damn it!
Not new, but resurgent.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, you moved the
Uh
marker.
huh.
Yeah, okay. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe they're moving into this area, so they're taking out potential competition or people who don't want to work with them. Blah blah blah. Established dominance, the usual.
Yep. It's a
I
it's a
thought
good theory.
Novosek took those guys out already.
They're like
All right, well,
cockroaches.
we've got a potential
Squish
building
one,
here.
a new one
Say again?
turns up. They're like cockroaches. Squish one, a new one turns up.
What's the Star Wars equivalent of cockroaches?
Based off of what Nim would say, I think he'd probably say they're like Nemoidians. Switch one and another one will show up.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Well, there's at least good evidence that that's her place. Perhaps you can find us a unsecure window or door. We can get access to that building. And snoop around a little. At least get us off the street.
Yeah.
All right, well, assuming we got the right place here, I'll start casing it, see what our routes in and out are.
Actually, you're like, yeah, okay, she's at least fairly clever. The location, because it is definitely in a back alley. It's not something that you would be able to necessarily find or see if you're looking. Most of it does look like it's sort of one of the usual two-story things, but it's
Mm-hmm.
really small. It's more like, maybe it's a utility apartment, and then
Right.
whatever's on the bottom floor.
Okay. Small 2-story, otherwise featureless.
Mostly, yeah. And yeah, you're able to see, well, like the normal entrance, but you probably I would suspect that someone who's like at least this potentially competent, potentially paranoid, there's probably another entrance somewhere, but it's
Mm-hmm.
out of sight.
Yeah, so I don't know that we have any ability to find out what sort of underground access there might be here, but it seems like the first order of business would be to sit on it for a while and see if we spot any movement in and out. And just generally observe for signs of current activity. So if the gang's moved in here, they may still be in the building or they may be somewhere else nearby. So try to stack up in an alley or something out in the shadows and with a vantage point and see what we can see.
Okay, so how long are you going to wait while observing?
We have 12 hours to kill, I guess. So I'm thinking can at least take an hour or so. Probably change positions here and there within that hour. Try to cover different sides of the building, that sort of thing. It just kind of depends on the terrain.
And
Okay.
seeing as it's going to be night, then we'll be looking for lights.
Mm-hmm.
Lights turning on,
Lights.
turning off, that sort of thing.
Lights, movement, basically anything moving around at this time is probably up to no good. Kind of like us.
All right. Well, the hour passes as you are observing and shifting and making sure you're undercover in case you hear the woo, 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 woo of a droid, say, moving around. But you do not see any activity or any lights in that particular building.
Well, I mean, I guess there's nothing to it but to take a peek.
It's dead, Jim. Wait, that's the wrong star.
How good are you at some regular B&E?
I'm the king of B&E.
My B&E is a little less subtle.
Probably more subtle than Red's.
I was going to say mine is blowing up things, so I guess not.
That is very unsubtle. That is the opposite of subtle.
Exactly.
No, I just looked
Subtle
at
is for
Loophole.
losers.
I just looked at Loophole's character sheet, and I don't see forced entry, but I do see explosives demolition. So his idea of subtlety matches Red's.
Oh, well.
2 against 1.
Well, I guess we'll do it my way first, and if it doesn't work out, if I get
Let's
in trouble,
entertain
I'll
you
just
then.
scream real loud. Like I'm really hurt. Because I probably will be.
What are you talking about? If you get hurt, they're not going to come back for you. They're going to leave you behind. That's what you said, right?
Well, I suppose
Ooh.
I
What
might
goes
be right.
around comes around. Best be a little bit careful. If she's worth her salt, then she's probably got this place rigged in some way.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So yeah, I'll find a good angle and hop up to a second floor window and peek in, see what I can see.
All right. Give me, let's see. So you're going to be climbing. So go ahead and give me I think that's going to be thief.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me the thief check. Let's see if you avoid making a fool of yourself.
Yeah. Not today.
By 7, very easily done.
Wow.
So you scramble up the area. Now what I'm going to ask for is a smelling based perception test.
Smelling based.
Nose based. What is that? It's smell, right?
Yeah. No, it's just that's an unusual one. We don't normally go there.
That is an unusual one. Yep.
You know, I just realized I haven't put any points into perception. I should actually raise that at some point. Perception. I was just looking at it. Talking about it even. That probably should have been in the box, but hey.
It's fine.
Good
By
roll.
6. Yeah, good roll. A very good roll, actually. So as you are, getting up there, getting closer, you found your little lip, and you're like, okay, this is going to work great. I can, jump over there. You can, since you're closer to the building now, you will smell something that you have been smelling quite a bit of lately because of Red. Someone has used some sort of detonex or demolitions or something like that in the near vicinity.
Oh, like an after effect of.
Yeah, it's just lingering smell of somebody blew something up.
Okay. Can I see anything?
All right, so you're probably like on the next building. It does in fact look like the roof access, for lack of a better term, is mangled.
Okay. So you're talking like there was a roof entrance and it's all beat up so you can't use it.
More like, as you're getting closer to it, it looks like someone breached it.
Oh. As in it's wide open and yeah, okay.
It's not necessarily wide open at this point, but it is definitely distorted.
Okay. Gotcha.
This blaster fire is too accurate for stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers
Yeah.
will, they take an aim at you and take that +10 accuracy and go, I disagree.
Oh, right. Comms. We have comms. I'm going to comm you. I think somebody beat us to it. Looks like somebody breached up here.
Oh well,
God damn
best
it.
move in. See
I'm
what you
going to
can
need some
find.
backup.
You want me to climb, right? That's what you're saying.
I don't know. You want to support from the outside?
Oh, there's a ground level door.
That's true. Let me see if I can get the door open.
Yes, please.
I'm going to go see if I can get the door open. Hopefully not trip over anything explosive.
Right. Okay, so you're going in. That's easily done. The door creaks. The roof access door creaks. Opens up into small little stairwell that is goes straight into the, I guess you'd call it, living quarters. There's not a whole lot here. There's refresher over on the side. There's a lumpy looking bed that doesn't look particularly comfortable, and a set of stairs, and like closet and such like that. Set of stairs that are going down.
Nobody here on the top floor. Going down. Carefully.
And the ground floor is definitely closer to what you were expecting for a slicer / hacker. I mean, you got the wall of monitors, the computers and stuff like that. But this place looks like it's almost been trashed.
Looks like somebody tossed the place. All right, I'm at the door.
Well, hurry up. Open up. We're a little exposed here.
So I'll just, I'll make sure that there's nothing wired to the door and then open it.
Nope. And you will also note, quite possibly to your irritation, that the door wasn't even locked.
Wow.
All right, I managed to get the thing picked. It was really tough. Come on.
Wow, you're so good. I didn't even notice you tried opening it.
Loophole will take sort of one look up and down the street, just to make sure that there's no one watching or no one approaching. Then he'll disappear inside, carefully shut the door behind him.
Nobody's watching
He'll go
except
to
that suspicious-looking guy down the corner, with the hood up. That's a joke.
that guy's always there, so
It's actually just a post. All right,
Well.
so everybody inside.
let's see what we can find.
Yep.
We'll
Yep.
retoss the place.
Retoss.
Exactly.
If you toss a
If
place
we-
that's already been tossed, does it put it all back?
Let's see. I believe Nim is the only person who has actual criminal background.
Yeah.
I believe that's actually true, yes.
So to him, this probably doesn't look like a particularly professional job of tossing, because quite a number, and it's the first thing you're probably thinking of is well, why didn't they take that and that and that? Because those monitors or those computers are still potentially useful.
Whoever it was didn't know anything about computers. All right, so, yeah. Not sure how to describe the search process, but I guess we all know what that looks like.
Yeah, I think so. What is that? Is that actual search?
So I'm kind of looking. I would say Nim is probably looking for the usual things that somebody would come in here searching for. So if this actually was a gang hit, then I would expect to find anything, weapons or money or that sort of thing, or places where she might stash that sort of thing. I will probably also check for hidden stuff like a gun taped under the table, that sort of thing. Typical paranoia prep stuff.
So that does sound like a proper search test.
Anybody else actually have it?
Negative.
No.
God, you
Telling
guys are
they're
good
just,
for nothing but blowing stuff up.
They're just your muscle now.
Not as impressive.
Well, I guess I can try and default.
That's true.
Okay, so
What's the
Just not
default?
as an assist.
I think I'll try as well then.
Loophole found his shoe. No, fail by 7 reminds me of when I was 5. we went to Florida with my grandparents, and we went fishing on the Gulf of Mexico back then, and we were using shrimp as bait. And I was 5, so we put shrimp on there and cast the line out there. I wasn't really paying attention because I was 5, and I reeled it back in later when I was told, and said, "Hey, look, I caught a shrimp." Yeah, that's what Loophole just did.
But now he's wondering why there's a shrimp on the second floor of a apartment in the slags.
A space shrimp.
Huh. So, Ronki, on the NPC sheet, you can't see. Oh, damn it. Hold on.
Uh-oh. NPCs are doing something.
On the NPC sheet, you can't drag one of the skills onto the abilities tab.
Huh.
You have to unlock it.
It is unlocked.
Do you have to unlock it? I didn't actually have to unlock it for my character sheet, PC.
Okay. Well, that's annoying.
Were we supposed to see that?
No, but it's fine. Yeah, because you beat me by 1. So,
I found a thing.
you are, like you said, you did describe that you were trying to be, look for where a paranoid person put some stuff. And one of the things you are going to find in I don't know, like an air vent is a camera.
Well, that's something.
What'd you find?
Is it on?
Got a camera hidden in the vent.
Well, maybe we
May
can
have
see
caught the,
what happened
yeah.
here.
Think you can make something of it?
Do I have... Yes, I
Got
do
plenty
have
of computer
electronic
parts here.
surveillance.
Oh,
Give me a look
there
at
you
that.
go. And otherwise, you're gonna find, like, half finished ID templates, general slicing stuff that's like looks like it's been knocked to the ground.
Right, surveillance. That was one that I need to pick up too.
By 5. That's a very solid roll there, Loophole. So you recognize this old model, and it's like, I know how to do this, and flip it over and pop the back and jiggle some wires and plug it into one of the monitors, and it will you can go back and forward and stuff like that. And it's like a motion sensitive camera that has a little bit of memory that recalls, or when it'll turn on and record some stuff. And then if it's like super quiet, nothing's happening, no motion, it'll automatically go to sleep.
Is it
Do
hollow?
we have any footage of the past few days?
You rewind a bit, you see Nim come down, and it's like, I thought he said, didn't he say that he unlocked the door picked it, because it doesn't look like it was even locked, but that's fine. And then there's just like, it goes quiet, and then you've got a bunch of people who are moving backwards as they are, you know, backing into the shop. I guess it's not really a shop. Um, into her lab. I don't know what you'd call that. Her computer room.
It's a
And
workshop?
yeah, I guess sort of. But you can rewind to the beginning of that and then start playing it back, and it is pretty clear that this gang. So you got this gal who's working on the computers, doing something or other, and then she reacts to a noise from above. Interestingly enough, there's no sound on this particular one. It's just all uh, you know video, and a couple of guys come rushing down the stairs. She very obviously is going for a concealed blaster of some sort, but they stun her, then open the door, and a couple of other people enter, and they sort of toss the place. And they grab a couple of the computers and such like that, and secure her and carry her out as well. And all of them look like thugs.
How many people, more or less?
There's a total of 5 this particular image, plus her.
Okay.
Do they wear any sort of like gang colors or anything like that?
Indeed, they do. You've seen it quite frequently. These fellows look like they are wearing the Carbonite Vipers, whatever the heck that would look like. I guess a stone snake. No, a stone snake, not a stoned snake.
Okay. So, conclusion, probably forcing her to work for him for free.
Probably a good conclusion.
So at this point, we probably just need to find out where they're headquartered, which I imagine won't be easy because that would be stupid. And do we have any idea how big well, I mean, if this is a reconstituted gang, we probably have no idea how many members they have, but how many members would be normal for a gang like this? An upstart? We talking a dozen? We talking hundreds, thousands?
Definitely not hundreds and thousands. It's probably not even a dozen yet.
Yeah. So they probably got one headquarters somewhere in here where they hang out.
Another thing. How well equipped these guys were, more or less?
Good point.
You mostly just saw blaster pistols.
Okay, that's not horrible.
No, they might be wearing some minor armor, but it's not going to be anything as serious as like Loophole has.
Awesome.
All right. There's only one front door, basically, to this place. Is that true?
Yep.
So they left through it?
Yep.
Are we able to see if they turned left or right?
From not from this, not from where the camera is. It looks more like she was just using it to capture any identities of people who she interacted with face to face. They did
I
take
was
her.
going to
They
ask
did
another
take
question.
her. They did take her holdout blaster that she was going for, though.
Oh,
Bastards.
timestamp.
Maybe a day and a half ago.
Okay. So chances are we're not going to find tracks, for example.
Nope, considering it rained the other night.
Yeah.
And the streets are mostly sort of paved.
Okay, well, that means she's probably alive and mostly intact. Or she can't help them, so that's good. Yeah. We could really use a gang expert right now.
You're the closest they got.
I am the closest we got. So, how can we resolve this? I need to figure out where the Carbo Vipes are quartering.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna jump into the bathroom really quick.
And see, that's the reason why we need an AFK for the GM.
I'll take the opportunity and also be AFK for a second.
And now everybody's leaving. Yeah, I'm thinking, Ronky, that right where the chat shows up, the chat icon when the GM's typing, you could probably put it there.
Like a GM AFK.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming that's core, so it's probably not something we'd have access to, but if it was something simple, it might be worth an extension or something like that.
I wonder what happens if the GM actually types AFK.
Well,
/AFK.
I was trying to remember because I feel like I tried that before just to see, and I don't think it did anything. Unless you want to fire up an instance while they're faffing about.
I would, but I don't want to risk it messing with the stream.
True.
It might get confused which fantasy grounds to look at.
Did we think of any other stuff that we needed to do for later? Can I not make that public? Interesting. I thought you could make notes public for everybody.
You can.
This one does not allow it. I have output record to chat, and I have lock or unlock. I do not have a share.
Are you talking about player notes or the notes on your
Uh-huh.
character sheet?
Yeah, on the character sheet. Those used to be just player notes, I thought.
Okay, I'm back.
Interesting. I wonder if that changed. Because I actually
What are
don't
we
see
talking
this
about?
on the player notes list.
What are we talking about?
Notes. So I made a note on my character, and it's not allowing me to share it. Now I have the old one that I made for my quick keys, and then I have another old one for space combat that has my name on it. And those aren't shared, but they're normal player notes, and they do have the ability. But the one that I created just now
Is that the
different.
for later?
Yeah.
Huh.
The notes on your character sheet, I don't think you can share.
Has it always been that way?
I
guess I've never tried.
believe it has.
Oh, you're still
But you
saying
can.
GURPS Conan on the Twitch announcement. And
Well,
you've been doing that for basically the whole time.
Don't.
Haha.
all right. I can fix that.
Thanks, Captain Button.
I kept meaning to bring that up, and I forget about it every time. Anyway, we were just vamping.
Right. Yep. Okay, so next steps.
Right. So, I assume that this is going to involve Nim's streetwise knowledge, and I'm trying to think of what that actually looks like outside of just asking. I assume I know people that know gangs. That don't necessarily qualify as contacts, or I would have contacts. Or
Yeah,
like
I guess.
I know that there are guys that hang out on this street corner that know the goings on. I know who to ask.
All right, so
Or how
let's
to ask.
say there's a convenient nearby cantina that the bartender who is let's see, what's the bartender going to be? Rodian.
Oh God, I hate Rhodians. I don't know if Nim hates Rhodians, actually. I'm used to playing characters that hate Rhodians, so I sort of hate them by default. Yeah, so do it streetwise. He's gonna go ask the people that he knows to ask about the Carbo Vipes and where they might be located.
Well, this would have to be done over comms, or if we're going to do it face to face, it's probably going to have to wait till end of curfew.
Well, that depends. So if this is what I was just decided to call duck out, if this is a duck out cantina situation, then it's probably a place that they are actually open after curfew and expecting ne'er-do-wells to show up.
Gigaman, could we possibly ask them as well if this gang has any kind of specialty, like if they deal with drugs, weapons, or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Outside of the headquarters, yeah, we'll definitely want to get whatever details they can give us. Obviously.
Do they drive around on 60s hovercycles?
Mm-hmm. Or do they drive those silly moped hover bikes?
That's the ones that I was referring to.
That never happened.
Don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, next step. Just want to roll.
Yeah, you can. What did you call it? Dugout,
Duck out.
duck out. Yeah, you can hit this duck out cantina where there's going to be roadie bartender. There are some people in there that are just like basically drinking until the curfew is done, or started drinking and are now passed out on their table. To both Loophole and Red, this place just seems like just the worst. None of you guys have ever, seen. I won't say none of you because Nim has, but Loophole and Red have never seen, wretched hive of scum and villainy like this before. Success by 3, and this is for the Streetwise, effectively.
Yeah. What do you know about the carbonated vipers?
Carbonated vipers. Let's see. Yes, so the Rhodian bartender, is like just they're a bunch of local idiots responsible for some, second story assaults. Nobody's gonna be surprised when the imps come down on them. Oh no, I think
How many
about
of
it.
them are there?
Who can tell? Not that many. Yeah, the last the leader. I guess he's the leader. The cleaner one. Artam. He's in here sometimes, but haven't seen him in a couple days.
What kind of operation are they into?
Right now, they're not in much of operation. They're pretty much just being dumbasses. We're like laying odds whether it's going to be the imps or Hobbs who goes after them first, or maybe that new group that's like making rounds.
What are the odds? Wait, no. Any idea where they hang out?
I might have an
Do you know
idea.
somebody that knows where they hang out?
I might have an idea. How much is it worth to you?
How many emperors does it take to know where they hang out?
Something like that.
What did we decide? We have a thing.
Yeah, we've got a note on bribery.
I'm gonna. Yeah, no, it's not a story. It's a note, but it's not a player note, or is it a player note?
It is a player note.
It is a player note, and it went away and then came back. Oh, yeah, okay, about 300 credits. I think it's going to take about 300 emperors to get started. How much information does this get me?
He will, he'll look at it and he'll say, depends on what you're planning on doing with this information.
And now I have to unlock the sheet to change my currency. Well, as it happens, that whole second story break-in business is interfering with mine. And I don't think Hobbs is going to get to him before I do. If you know what I mean.
Oh. So you're going to have a little talk to.
Is Vesa Duran, is she actually known in the community, for example?
This guy probably knows her, yeah.
Yeah, assuming that she's known enough in this area and generally respected because she continues to do business, therefore she gets business. Yeah, they got Vesa.
The Rhodian goes, you sure about that?
Got him on camera.
Well, I tell you what, you keep your money and you leave here and maybe go to the right, go east for, couple, not quite a click, to the very edge of the slags. And there's this old, rundown ore processing plant. And I'm absolutely certain that nobody is in there.
Ah, man, I always wanted to use that place. I go free
Yeah,
running there sometimes.
well, they keep telling us that they're going to tear it down, but, well, they never do.
All right.
And this location is absolutely not on the map.
Yes,
Is it
that would
far
be
enough
awful.
away that it's not going to be triggering the blaster sensors?
How are the blaster senses in the area?
I don't go there myself, but since, nobody actually lives there, I'm certain nobody disabled them.
Yet.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't have any other ideas at the moment. How familiar is this place? Really? I mean, I just said that I went free running there, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I really
Okay.
did.
So this particular plant predates the Republic by quite a bit. It was in operation by the Trade Federation before the Clone Wars, but they just eventually ended up shutting it down because it's just it's old and busted, and they didn't really care enough because they had better locations.
Okay. How big is it? Like, is it a sprawl, or is it just a little place like a single building?
It was a sprawl. It was a fairly large complex, but during the Clone Wars, quite a bit of it got, set on fire.
As you do.
You know how it is, you let clone troopers get anywhere near something and they go, "Ooh, I get to blow it up."
Ah, that reminds me. That was another thing I needed to put on my for later list is a recon droid.
Sort of like the one that Luck had.
That's right, he did have that, didn't he? I forgot about that because he didn't use it all that often.
Because it was just a tool to him.
Well, it could be a tool to us.
I don't remember where I got this from.
I seem to recall there was a obsidian portal thing that you grabbed it from.
Yeah, that sounds probably right. I'll poke around and try to find that again, and because I know I'm going to have it bookmarked.
Yeah, I don't know how much those things cost, especially on the black market, but something definitely to look into. Okay, yeah. So Nim will confer with his Confederates here. Anything but to just go in? What do you think? Do we need to go back and gear up?
Well, it depends on what sort of trouble we're expecting.
Well, they're gangbangers. We saw how they were armed when they broke in. It's probably not. It's probably not like a Republic troop situation.
There's also the chance that we might scare them if we kill enough of them. So we might have that going
Or if
for
you
us
just
as
wave a
well.
big
I don't
enough
know.
explosive in their face.
Well, that as well.
Thing is, we don't want to draw any attention from Imperials.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we know that they have blaster sensors, which means if we use things other than blasters, that would bypass that. However, we don't have a whole lot of other than blasters to use, I think.
I'm waiting for you guys to, break out the bows and arrows.
Well, Nim's got the carbine that Nim uses is one of the old Republic ones that has a grapple on it, so he could potentially use a grapple for something or other. But outside of using melee weapons, I don't know that we actually have anything other than Daryl's bowcaster, and he's not here.
No, I do have a
Well,
gyro, but that's worse, I think.
Well, it's not a blaster, But it is an explosive, and they're going to.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Depends on what you've got it in. Because I use Gyrock in the Traveler game, and it's a mini rocket, and when it hits, it does crushing damage, I think.
Oh, well, I
But
mean, yeah, you could.
you
I
can
guess it depends on
load
the
them.
warhead.
I think you can load them with different warheads and such like that.
Yeah, I had like explosive warheads, basically.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, I have my grenade launcher, but I think that's a little bit overkill.
yeah,
Well,
I mean,
it's probably worth mentioning that we know that they used explosives to breach Vessa's place,
Oh,
and
right. Yeah, I should have probably mentioned that you could have easily have had Red go up there and take a look, and it was
no, that's
very
true.
clearly just a really small breaching round sort of thing, but it's just the smell
Right.
lingered.
hmm Well, I do have some tanglers as well. That might be helpful.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, we if we can find a way to go quiet here, that might be the ideal situation.
Yeah, there you
We're
go. Stealth in,
assuming less than
assassinate
less
them
than a
with
dozen.
knives. Get your hands wet when the night gets sticky.
We never get to have fun.
A blaster set on stun, is that still considered a blaster?
Interesting idea.
I would
That's a great point.
presume yes, because otherwise that's a pretty big flaw.
Well,
Well,
but
it
is it?
depends
I
on
mean,
how the sensors work.
yeah.
Do they work on sound, or do they work on picking up like a energy spike? Or
I have no idea how they work. They're Star Wars blaster or
Mhm.
Star Wars sensors.
We'll assume it'll pick that up, but that is an interesting question. Wonder what other sort of stuff we actually have available. All I've got is big blaster, little blaster.
I mean, we all have melee weapons, right?
No,
I have
Nim's
a
got his
knife.
mouth.
no, I do not.
Nim can run his mouth at him. Use
He
harsh
can.
language.
If we can get him to chase him, that'll be fun.
We should. All right,
He
we're
may
going
do
to.
that.
I'll actually make a tactics roll for this.
Yeah,
That
not
would
bad
be a good
idea.
thing to have.
Damn.
Ooh, by 7.
Wow.
That's a
Wow.
really good roll.
Okay. Well, FYI, while we're talking about tactics, just as I said that, I'm thinking Nim may actually make a dash in there, depending on the situation, obviously. Grab something and run and see if we can get him to chase after him. Because they ain't going to catch him unless they're
Okay,
augmented.
so I suspect the tactics is going to be more effective once you get eyes on the potential location.
Well, if this is a known area and we have to go back to the warehouse to kit up, then we can look at our maps, for example.
Okay.
We before we go into this place, we should set up a crybaby as a distraction.
Right.
I like
Diversion.
your thinking. So you can let Red create a remote controlled explosive.
Yay!
That's an interesting thought, too. Would multiple smaller explosives actually be less likely to be detected?
I don't know. Possibly.
And that would be a sonic issue in this case. I assume the blaster detectors aren't going to pick up an explosion, so I suppose you could make a quiet explosion somehow. I don't know how you would do that.
Well, when I say blaster detectors, it's just a surveillance network of some sort. So
Well, I was assuming it was picking up some kind of energy signature.
yeah, it's just the Empire being a bunch of assholes like they do.
Well, actually, given that we've been here the whole time, as far as the occupation of Fantine, what is the coverage of that system? Is it less covered on the fringes of the slack?
Yes, it's definitely less covered there. There are because there's fewer people
Okay.
that live there.
So we might be able to get away with something out there.
Yep.
Well, set up
And
a crybaby. We can go in there, and we'll go in assuming that it's going to be non-violent. We will just talk these gutter punks into letting Visa go, or Visa, whichever way you pronounce it. Let her go, and if they don't, then we have to get a little bit more forceful.
I could always come up with some gas, some nerve gas or something like that. That's not, that doesn't make a lot of noise.
This is true. What kind of capability do you have in that regard?
Nerve
I know he's a
gas missile.
chemist.
I do have a chemistry lab as well. Paralysis gas.
Well, even just something simple like a tear gas would probably be useful.
That's too basic. Come on, we can do better.
Well, I'm not saying you don't try to go for extra credit, but that's the baseline.
But yeah, no, definitely. I can do that. In theory, I should have all the ingredients in the lab.
All right, so gas, big stick, little talk, or quiet talk.
so
What is
you
it?
guys are returning back to your HQ to kit up and review the stuff. Is that am I correct in that
Yes.
assumption?
Yep.
Okay, so you will have. We've already established we've got the cool hollow map of at least the slags, probably most of Fantine, but not as good in the Imperial sectors. But the hideout for these Vipers is extremely run down, and it's like probably 3/4 of it is you can't really access it safely.
Right.
Because C previously mentioned it was on fire. And such like that. So the area that they're in is just like this relatively large plant like area. Catwalks, maybe some big old bins, stuff like that. Based off of the success by 7, how are we determining that? Because I noticed that Luck still had like tactics points from something.
Oh.
Is it
Okay.
like by every
the way I
2?
typically do that is rate of fire 3, or a recoil of 3. So that would be 3 points.
And what would the points be used for?
Just plot points. So that the individual usage of the plot points has varied over time and GM. We actually recorded some of that.
True.
Where did I put that? Right here. I don't know if this is necessarily current, but you could pick one. Oh, yeah. And we never recorded anything for Ronky.
How did you use it when you ran, Rocky?
I did it like that. You'd make your tactics roll. And the recoil of 3 determined how many you got. And then you could use those points for plot points. Come up with plans or use them for bonuses.
Yeah, I think he always just kind of winged it. What's the term they use? Is player narration something? I don't know. In the part where you can use character points for that.
Yeah, you had some like narrative agency. You could, my brain's not functioning.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem.
Words are failing me.
Ha! It's not me. Not just me. Well, nothing else. We will at least operate on the presumption you have a minimum of 3 tactics points.
Right.
And I think for those, we'll obviously, damn it.
Oh, and they were planning points more than tactics points. So if there was something that made sense, after we actually enter the situation, we could spend a planning point to say, "Oh, we planned for this this thing."
Yeah, I'll go with that, and then also like for stuff like oh hey we planned for this. We knew this thing had these kind of tanks that if you shoot them, they'll
Right.
explode.
It was an exploding barrel factory.
Hey, you never know when you need those. But upon reviewing the general layout that you have, you will definitely confirm your. I don't remember who it was that asked it about. There are quite fewer surveillance systems in
Right.
place in that area. It is not quite a dead zone, but it is getting close because nobody lives there. It's really dangerous. The deflector screens don't, or the rain screens don't really work all that great.
Okay, so we just try to keep it low key.
I'm certain a gunfight won't break out.
I feel
Can
reasonably
we
certain it will.
can we use our planning points or a planning point to have Red make an explosive diversion?
Absolutely.
I already made this thing. I've always wanted to use it.
In fact, it's one of those things that he's been talking about, this thing that he made for like the last couple of weeks, and you just haven't been able to use it. And so Loophole's able, hey, we might be able to use that thing now. And
Right.
he'll
Well,
stop talking about it.
I guess he should make his explosives roll,
Yay!
and then he critical fails,
Yeah,
and
come on, man.
Yeah, I was going
I'm
to say,
looking.
do you make it now or do you wait until it actually goes off?
I'm looking forward to that 18, bro.
Yeah.
You should roll that in the box.
Well, sorry. I mean, I guess it's. Oh yeah, only if you critically fail that it explodes. So yeah, that would make sense to roll in the box.
It's fine. You have luck, so you would have said nope,
Yep.
and you would have rolled it twice
Exactly.
more, and I would have gotten the sads because you didn't roll, 3 18s.
You never know. Never know. Do I have time to make some guess as well?
That might take a bit longer.
Mm,
I have
so
no
never
Not
idea
mind.
how
on its.
long that actually
some
takes.
tacos.
It depends. So
Sorry?
if you're, for example, if you're making tear gas, all you really need is ammonia
Yeah.
in sufficient quantities.
Oh, I guess making lethal gas, it's also not that complicated. Thinking that, during World War One, they would just mix bleach with, I think, alcohol or something.
I wonder if there wasn't a thing for that in action. But I hate to spend a
Mm.
lot of time looking for it.
Dictionary of Danger.
That's not what I was thinking, but it might be there too.
So something's gone wonky with my my PDF reader, and it's like now everything is. I've got a black screen with white letters.
Okay. That would be awkward.
Have you switched it into is it reading mode or whatever?
No, this is what is it? PDF Scape, I think. I've done this before, and I know there's a way to change it. I just haven't spent the time to actually look at it.
I'm looking at Action 2, and it says,
Uh-huh.
home cooked explosives like I'm assuming gas would be similar. Takes
Probably.
chemistry roll in 12 hours, so never mind.
Well, typically the way that you can handle that is use time spent, or was it take extra time to modify that. So in this case, take less time. That's usually capped at 50% for a -5 to the roll. But you can make exceptions for that sometimes. And there's also the whole, and it is considered very cinematic, but you take a -10 and you do it instantly.
I do have
With
a
GM
couple of
permission.
I do have a couple of perks that might help. I'm just having a look. I have like versatile. It's not versatile. It's efficient
Right.
explosive demolition. Yeah, I can cut corners. I just have to see how that
Yeah.
works.
Well, that's useful. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I have attentive, I think it was.
Let me just have a
No.
look.
I'm gonna think of it. Yeah, attentive. Yeah, that's a quirk.
Well, thinking that through with regards to Red, he may want to be hesitant about using a lethal gas since you're planning on going in to rescue somebody, and
Oh yeah,
you have pacifism, cannot harm innocents.
yeah. I mean, and she. Oh yeah, she should be an innocent. Yeah, and
Yes.
also, you know, we don't want to kill her.
Non-lethal.
That's a good point. Yeah, we
Non-lethal.
could have like a sleep
Incapacitated.
gas instead. Sleep gas could be as well. Let me see. Yep, yep. That could work as well. Sleep gas. I
Yeah,
realize
they
that
did use
Suck
sleep
is a
gas
as
in
a
Star
terrorist.
Wars, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah,
What did
episode 1.
yeah.
We don't know what that gas was.
Okay, that's true. I assume it was sleep gas.
No, actually, I think it definitely wasn't because it's a Newt Gunray. I think right before he sent the droids, I think he said they're surely dead by now.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe they slept to death. I've been meaning to do that for a while.
I think that's called a coma.
Yeah,
But
true, true.
yeah, we can definitely put the oh crap, we're gonna try to draw everybody's attention to the explosive. That's easily done with one of the planning points, and then you can proceed however you want to proceed. Stealth approach, kick in the door, shoot everybody approach.
So since Loophole is effectively taking tactical command of the situation, his plan was roughly to go in and talk.
Talk with intimidation.
Right.
Stern talking.
Okay. So how would that work with the crybaby, etc.?
Well, the crybaby is if shoosting starts and things don't go to plan. So then we would activate the crybaby, which would draw Imperials over to a different part of the city.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's not for us. That's not for us. That's for to keep the Imperials off us.
Yes.
Okay. I also thought it was to be used against the gang.
Well, it's still
I
potentially useful.
understood. I understood what you meant there, Ronky. So
It's been a while since I've seen Firefly. I really should remedy that.
Every year I watch it.
Okay, so yeah, so the plan is still just to barge in, basically demand, stand and deliver, or
Yeah,
and
we
then
don't.
improvise from there.
Yeah, we don't want to kill people unless we have to.
Don't we?
They're not really innocents.
Again, we're never allowed to have fun. God damn it.
Well, I said we don't necessarily need to kill them, unless they start something.
Let's hope they
You know,
start
it's
something.
better
I
to
feel pretty
have
confident they're going to start something.
friends than make enemies.
You know what's better? Having dead enemies.
Unless it's necromancy.
True.
All right, well, that's simple enough plan. I imagine the tactics role would include some stuff like escape routes and that sort of thing. Rally points.
Yep. All right. So we are kitting up and then sneaking over there. I
And
don't
then
think I'm going to ask
stealth
for.
us.
Yeah, okay.
Stealth approach. Knock on the door. Announce our intentions. All right, stealth first. Well, that could have been better, but it succeeds.
Succeeds
Or
by 3.
we performed competently. Let me rephrase. That doesn't mean it succeeded.
All
I
right.
moved away temporarily.
Okay, so where were you planning on parking the crybaby? Apart from not here?
Somewhere that's not going to necessarily inconvenience the locals. We don't want to turn the locals against us. But if it's a place that the Imperials maybe use, maybe it's a storehouse that we can put some explosives on, so they're more concerned about that than some other place. Something that's of value to the Imperials.
The, how about the regional governmental offices?
That's got stormtroopers outside of it all the time. If you want to,
Yeah.
And it's not going to be in the slags.
well, they have some stuff in the slags that's what they call it, but it was like the Novasec HQ down here, but now it's the imps have taken it over. I don't want to speak for Nim, but I could totally see him wanting to put the crybaby at his family's old place that's taken over by the Nemoidians.
Although, well, no, let's not do that to Hobbs, though. I was thinking we do it to Hobbs because we stabbed him in the back. We don't want him to stab us back. But
Well, we didn't stab him in the back. We just didn't complete. He didn't
no,
say.
I actually stabbed him in the back.
Did
Not
you?
literally, but
Yeah, I also don't see that as too much of a slight, to be honest. We didn't actually do any harm to him. We just
He said,
thought of a better
if you
way.
could.
we gave his enemy details about his operations.
Oh, right.
I did.
Okay.
Well, so you stabbed him in the back.
I didn't
Well,
specify.
he
that.
might take that as a bit of a slight.
I'm certain
Yeah,
that
true.
won't come back to bite you. Honest.
Only if he finds out.
We're fine.
Yes, I think putting the crybaby at my family's old scrapyard office would be highly hilarious.
And it's one of those. It's like when you leave this whole thing, it's like, hey, we didn't even need to trigger it. And Nim's like, give me that beep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you are closing in on the Carbonite Viper hideout, it is very, very obvious to, well, pretty much all of you that the surveillance, like the blaster detectors and such like that, has definitely been disabled in this area.
Fuck.
Well, that answers that question.
It's kind of interesting that the imps haven't bothered coming back here to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Our tax dollars at work.
Indeed. So the hideout is the area that is still accessible is as displayed. Interestingly enough, the bottom door. Hold on. Damn it! Why is it not letting me draw arrows?
There's your map. You're not in like active mode.
No, it eventually did. It's this new mouse.
Oh,
It wasn't registering that I was trying to right click. I had to move my freaking hand into a weird position. The bottom door is very clearly like, semi-permanently sealed shut.
mm-hmm.
Looks like the second floor door is how they generally get in.
Makes sense.
Based off the image, we can't really see it, but there's like a thing down at the bottom that you can easily scramble up to that ladder thing and move over in that way. You do not see anybody outside, which probably makes sense considering the crappy precipitation here. But this place
Right.
definitely has power.
We see lights.
You can see lights, basically in various locations. Yeah.
Well, if that's the main obvious door, then we shall go up to that.
I don't know if we can do that sneaky like, but we can try.
You can
Well,
certainly
I
do it
think-
sneaky like.
I think we should go up there and announce ourselves.
Well, we can just stand here at the bottom and do a call out.
What if they like open some doors and just start shooting at you?
Well, that answers the
shoot back.
question.
We kill them right back.
I don't have a map for that.
Did we find out who their leader was? I seem to recall
There
it
was
was
a
Dude
name
named
mentioned.
Artam.
That was the name. Who hasn't been seen in a bit either.
And I'm just noticing something amusing with the images. I haven't shared his yet intentionally, but the AI thing that I used mostly gave him the same kind of jacket that Vesa was wearing.
It's a popular jacket.
Apparently.
It's acid rain resistant. Okay. Whatever the obvious approach is, we'll try to be quiet about it, I suppose. But since we're coming under a flag of supposed truce, I suppose, it doesn't make sense to sneak around.
Is there a universal symbol, like a white flag?
I would think there would be.
What kind of
That's,
insurgents are you?
That's an interesting question. I don't even know what that would be in the real world. If you were going to meet another gang and you're trying to do that under their flag of truce, how would you do that? Is there a procedure for that?
Okay,
I think
so
it's commonly accepted that you wave a white flag of some sort.
Well, that's common enough
What?
in our society that you could potentially get away with that.
Well, I mean, every society that has war has an equivalent of that. I don't know if it would be a white flag, but something.
okay, so looking at the hideout image, it looks like I misspoke. That is not actually a ladder. Once I zoom in, I see that is not a ladder. So there is clearly a ladder over there hidden by this junk that's in the way that we can't see.
Okay. I think I follow. We will use it. I suppose we'll try not to make excessive amounts of noise, but we're not necessarily expecting to take them by surprise here, unless I have misunderstood the plan.
Yep, that's as I sort of understand it as well. So you will get to the door, and I guess bang on it.
Artem?
Yeah, Artam.
Knock, knock.
Will take a bit of time, but eventually, you will definitely see somebody approach the door because I figure it's like he's kind of got a big old porthole in the middle, and you will probably vaguely recognize him as one of the guys who was in the recording.
Mm-hmm.
looks kind of thuggish like, and he is very, very interestingly, he is carrying what looks like a pretty new E11 blaster rifle,
Uh-huh.
but he looks really, really confused as he's like looking at you.
We need to
Right
meet
there.
with the
What?
boss.
Who are you?
A party that needs to meet with the boss.
Which one is he? He's
Of course,
that
now
guy.
that we're saying that, like, I didn't actually have a plan for that. Who am I? Don't necessarily
He
want to use my
is.
proper name out here.
How about the leader of a very, very, very important gang from out of planet with lots and lots of colleagues?
Well,
Wait.
he's like, why?
Business.
You can see those dots trying to converge together, and he finally will break out a comm link and take a step back. He hasn't opened the door, by the way. He takes a couple
Room.
steps back and says something in the comm link that you can't hear. This means I need to relocate a bunch of my bad guys on the tactical map. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to end up in a fight, necessarily.
Loophole needs a jetpack.
Everybody needs a jetpack.
Actually, I need a jetpack. No, I need a nom de guerre.
Use the Nemoidians' names so you get them in trouble.
I wouldn't lower myself.
How about Min?
It's not as clever as you probably want it to be. Yeah, I'm just wondering, as a crew, are we known? Do we announce ourselves? Do we have a name? Don't know why we would. Are we Lux crew? We didn't have a name before.
I don't think we would advertise that.
I can't imagine why we would.
We could certainly use our real names. That's not a secret, but we wouldn't be advertising that we are, your local rebels.
Well, given that we're being hunted right now, using our actual names is probably a bad idea too.
Eventually, a number of people. Oh, hold on, damn it! I have to make sure I'm clicking on a frickin' actual image. Otherwise, it's going to go 3.
Oh, right.
Doesn't matter where it's at, including my campaign, the book campaign. Okay, so eventually, you will definitely see a bit of movement in there. You'll see a handful of dudes, sort of like coming over there, and they're not quite positioned for ambush, but they're definitely like loitering. Most of them are wearing the same general kind of stuff. It looks like some sort of light armor, and the apparent leader will approach and does not open the door, but he is like, right, who are you? What do you want?
Given that we had discussed the tactical plan earlier, what was it that Loophole intended to say here? Assuming that I'm the one to say it.
He was it like, blow the door now, because you put shape charges while I wasn't looking?
Well, that could be it too. Damn it, that would have been a great idea.
That's when you go, can we use one of the tactical points to put...
Because if you threw the breach charge right now, blew the door off, it would knock pretty much the whole lot of them out.
Yeah, let's use one of the tactical points to have Red have set up a claymore on the door, or a breach charge that will kill people behind it. Or
and
maybe
I
not
figured
kill,
out
but
I figured out what you
stun 'em.
need the warhead wise. Instead of high X, you need plasma.
Okay.
In Ultratech, because that does quite a bit of better damage.
Like
Yeah.
for normal.
Yeah, because remember, he threw the grenades in the first one, and they sucked, and they
It
didn't
was
do anything
effective.
to
Right.
stormtroopers. But as we saw, like in Rogue One, they tossed some grenades and they threw people. And so I
You
was
have
looking, and thermal. No, not thermal. Keep saying thermal. Plasma warhead looks like that's the way to do it.
Artam. You have something that we need. We're willing to talk, negotiate.
I don't even know who you are.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Then
it
he
doesn't
like
really matter, does
then
it?
he like tilts his head, and he's like, "Wait a minute, you're a clone."
You don't have to be a bitch about it.
So, are we going to talk?
All right, so give me let's see here. Would he have a reaction roll in this guy? These guys are automatically negatively disposed towards everybody.
Okay. If we are doing a reaction check, then I would probably like to use Streetwise to gain a proper good reaction, as would be the typical usage of it. I think.
Right, I just wanted to look at the reaction roll thing again.
And good in this case does not necessarily mean friendly.
Damn it, where's it at? There it is.
Do we have an idea of how many of them there are?
Half dozen tops, I think is what we were looking at.
Yeah,
No, that was in frame that we saw was like 5. But they were thinking less than a dozen.
Yeah, you pretty much have seen all of the guys. You think you've seen all of the dudes that were in the hollow or in the recording, except Artam. He wasn't in it. But all the rest of them seem to be scattered there. So there may not be much more than 6.
Oh, that makes things way easier.
Just so we're aware, I'm spending a planning point on having the breaching charge preset, if the
Yep.
GM's okay with that.
Yeah, I'm considering you have 2 characters who do like explosives. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's pretty satisfying when you set the breach charge and you take out 2 or 3 terrorists with the door.
So, are we going to talk? Or are you just going to waste our time?
All right, so let's see. Let's see. So there's that. Crap. I have him. Hold on.
Right. We were going to do the reaction thing.
Wow, he has a lot of shitty disouts.
Well, he's a bad guy, so.
So go ahead and give me a reaction roll.
Are we doing the reaction or are we doing the skill streetwise?
Be both. It'd be reaction, and then I'll use that if you
Well-
fail the streetwise.
That's not normally how that works.
Okay.
If you fail the streetwise, it's an automatic bad reaction.
Okay, then I need you to roll an 18 because that would be funny.
I don't agree to that,
Sure you
but I'll
do.
roll it.
That is disappointing.
Um,
I'm going to give you an
I was
arbitrary
actually-
-5 just because I want. No.
I did actually forget something, though.
What did you
It
forget?
is actually a -5 if they are hostile.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, if they are negatively disposed towards us, reactions are or influence rolls are at -5.
I don't recall this. I don't know that you're wrong.
Where would it be? Basic 2, I think.
Appropriate behavior. General reactions.
-2 if the PCs are intruders on the NPC's home turf.
No, that could apply.
I need to get as many penalties as I can get here.
Well, you only need one more further
Okay,
-1.
494 is where the reaction roll thing is. Okay. So personal appearance, behavior, skills. We're doing the skill thing. Racial, national, appropriate behavior.
Yeah, I don't see the automatic -5.
Could be mistaken.
Well, it happens sometimes.
What is the OPH?
Oh, so he has a quirk level odious personal habit that failed to trigger.
He
What is
stinks,
it?
right?
Oh, he's mouthy,
Mm.
Okay.
so he didn't say something stupid.
So I think what's going to happen here is like you're like, okay, are we going to talk? And he's going to be like, I think you're on my territory, and if you're not going to leave, we're going to have to shoot you.
Well, yeah,
Rigel,
predetermined reactions. And certain NPCs might have reaction modifiers, mostly bad, worked out in advance. For instance, a street gang might have a -5 reaction to anybody.
Oh, okay. Like a default -5. Where's that?
495.
Yeah, I was there.
Under the predetermined reactions.
Right.
You were going to say something, Pin?
yep, I was just going to ask if this is considered like a group role, because otherwise, if it is, I can use my luck to see if we can do anything better.
Why would you do that when you get to potentially blow these guys up?
Yeah, you don't want to screw this up.
Yeah, I'm torn now.
You don't want to screw this
I
up
don't-
with success.
Yeah, God damn it, I completely forgot about the explosions part. So never mind, absolutely never mind. Can I use luck against Gigaman's roll? Can I force a critical failure?
That is an interesting question.
Well,
you certainly
I've
can. You
already
can use luck anytime. You just choose which result you want.
No, I'm just
I
joking.
have already sort of determined that it was even though he would have succeeded by 2, but because of their general open hostility to the people, that is going to end up being a fail.
Yeah, that's perfectly legitimate.
And when he says says that that I may just have to shoot you, he's going to start to gesture with one hand, and you can see some of the guys behind him like sort of readying their weapons.
Is that your final
Nice.
answer?
Says, I'm going to count to 5, and if you're not gone by then,
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, please. Count to 5.
And then we'll duck out of the way.
Okay.
This will be a little weird, but we've done
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah, this is going to be a little weird. So the people who actually do have long arms, they're tokens. They actually do have long arms. They have
Right.
rather new-looking E11s.
How would that happen?
Yeah, curious. So you will be able to trigger the thing. Okay, so Nim ducked out of sight. Loophole.
Yeah, standard back to the door, hands over the ears, ducking down thing.
So now we got to figure out how much explosive damage does his breaching charge do.
Well, I've seen the shape charge, which could be the one applicable, and it looks really cool. Really, really cool.
It would be less because the door would be blocking some of it. I wonder how that works.
It would be considered
I have
cover
no
DR.
idea. I guess you could do it that way, yeah. It probably wouldn't be full normal cover DR if it actually blows the door off.
The shape charge has a 10 divisor for armor, so that might do something as well.
Yeah, that's true. It might just put a big hole in it.
Okay, so the question is, how big is the warhead?
Well, as large as possible. I'm seeing like 100 millimeters.
Right.
That is going to be brutal.
I thought we were going to be more
60
subtle than that.
60 times 10 plus how much?
Okay, you
I
got
think
the
there
thing.
are limpet.
That,
I think there's like limpet mines in
Plus
Ultratech.
2.
Oh, I'm sure there are. But those typically use one of those warheads as the basis for it. All right, so 100 millimeter.
Yeah, limpet mines. Okay, hold on.
Did you say the damage was?
Limpet mine. They can be worn. Yeah.
page 163.
Shape
I
charge
think.
warhead, 100 millimeters is 60 times 10 plus 2, I guess, since it's TL11. Armor divisor 10, crushing incendiary plus linked. Yeah, hold on. Why don't I just copy paste?
6 times 10 plus 2?
Yeah, because you add +1 per die
Yep.
to the. Oh, that's not +2. That's
12.
plus 12
Okay.
for tech level.
Is that also times 10? I'm guessing not. It sounds like it's 60 times 10 and then plus the 12.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the thing.
All right, well, average damage with that is 222 points.
And there's a linked damage as well.
Ah,
For this.
okay. What is linked?
8D
8D times 2,
to craft
probably
explosive.
plus 16 as well because of the tech.
8
Yeah.
times 2, 16. Okay, that's basically just like a smart grenade. Okay, so average damage on that is 60. Yeah, the way the link thing goes is so the main damage is applied directly to the door and potentially anything behind the door. And the grenade damage is applied basically to everything else, which means we really don't want to be that close to it.
Well,
Yep.
but it's a directional thing.
Well, the link damage is not directional, unless it specifically says otherwise.
What's the wall made out of? Is it steel, concrete?
Yeah, that's going to be a metal door, but it's not going to be in the best of shape because of, well, environmental factors, the fact it's really old.
So 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch thick.
Where is that at? I don't remember.
558 basic set.
Okay. Pen, for your information, the max radius on the linked secondary effect is 32 yards. The radius of the main charge is 120.
Yeah, that's probably the steel mild 1/8 thick. So it's like what? DR7, HP 30.
So that would destroy a 1 hex area.
Which is where the door would be.
So doing, how much was it? 200 and something damage.
That's average.
It would blow through 10 type doors of that caliber.
But we have to take into consideration it has a 10 armor divisor as well, so might be more.
Well, the DR is only
that's
7
also
anyway.
true.
So
Also
it's
true.
virtually no DR.
Yeah.
Well, you guys said to the explosives expert, we need a door breaching charge. And
Yeah,
he
so Red
But the
knew
door
what
is
we were
breached.
doing here, and he knew what probably kind of door we're looking at. So if he would have known what size charge to use here.
he's been jonesing to blow something up. So,
Uh-huh.
so how much damage is directed inward?
Well, all of it. So I imagine it would be like a normal concussion explosion, but the force of the explosion is in one direction.
So yeah, the primary damage average without having rolled it is 222 points. and that is the shaped part of the charge. And that is at the point of contact, obviously, that goes down the further in you go. But it's basically going to kill everybody. Actually, what's the distance to the guy in the back?
I think the guys at the back are going to be
19
fine.
yards. So
Trying
the
to
guy,
find something.
Divided by 60.
19 yards, he might actually survive if he's got any armor on.
Well, if it's 200 odd damage, divide that by 60, so he'd take 3 points of damage.
Yeah, that's the average. Max 6. And that's at the 19-yard range. Probably knock a couple of points off there for cover DR. Things in the way.
So let's say
Need to
the
add
B
a
is where the door is.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. The B is where the door was.
Right.
So we will need to actually get the die roll to see, and I want to see if this is going to even be an actual fight at all.
Okay. Well, for the record, for everybody else, the secondary effect of that, we're gonna want to be well away from this. So even
Yeah.
at 2 yards, that's potential kill. Probably not. Potential maiming, let's call it that.
Yeah, in this case, you can have, since you knew what was coming, it's easy enough to know, you guys scramble out of the way,
Right.
detonate it.
So I am not ducking beside the door. I am ducking behind something very large and heavy.
Like loophole.
At least. He's got plenty of armor, though.
And then it goes kaboom and does 60 times 10 plus 12. No, yeah, plus 12.
Yep.
We gonna roll it?
Damn straight, I'm going to have Red roll it.
Go ahead and roll the damage and tell me what you get.
Because Pendragon's like, yeah, I want to see.
Yeah. I just
Now
hope
it'll
I don't roll
automatically
lots of
times
ones.
10 that, won't it? No, it will not. So 140. That was a shitty roll.
Yeah. Can I
That's
reroll?
just,
Can I use my
that's,
luck?
you can actually.
Yes, please.
That's not all of it, though, because it's not including the 12.
True.
But isn't the 12 after the
Yeah.
times 10?
That is something I would like to 100% confirm. Not now, but later.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and use my
Okay. That's not
much
times
better.
100. That's not times 10.
Yeah, it's not doing it.
Are you just rolling 66?
Yep, I'm just rolling 66.
Ah, that's lame. All right, 230 it is. Well, plus 12. 242. All right, so the guy at 19 yards is going to take 4 points. What other ranges do we have?
Is that number 9?
That is 9, yes.
Well,
He takes
no.
how much?
We've got to take. How big's this door? 2 hexes in size?
No, it's just 1 hex in size. It was just a door. I mean, it's a
Right,
metal
so-
door, but
Well, it's 2 exits tall.
So DR 7 and 30 hit points. So we've got to take off 37 from that.
No, that's not going to be the cover DR. Ah, crap.
No, the cover DR is going to be mild steel. So that's DR 50.
I might be right. Okay, so in that case, divided by 10, 5. So we got DR 5 from all of these plus their own personal armor.
does the armor divisor affect them as well?
I guess it probably would. Yeah, this is direct concussion from the explosive charge.
Okay, so they only have the 18/6 apostrophe. So
Okay.
that's like 1 point of
1
DR.
point. All right, so the guy at 19 took 4. Never minding the cover DR, so he gets the armor from that. We got the next guy at 12 or 13 yards.
Viper 7.
And 12 is going to take 6 points. Same for 13. Let's see. Guy's close. 4 yards. Looks like we got 1 yard, 3 yards, and 4 yards are the last 3. So we will go with the farthest first. 4 yards will take 20 points. 3 yards takes 26. And 1 yard, God help him, will take 80. So he's vaporized.
Mine,
How many
Yeah.
health rolls are these?
he's
Uh,
dead. So I just hit delete item and it should replace that. Yeah, because he's at -6 HP, even with the stuff. So just delete item and it should replace it with the
Oh,
blood
right,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
There you go.
Wow, cool.
All right. And the ones that survive also get knocked back on that. And the linked effect is probably not going to affect them because they're on the other side of the door, or what used to be the door. Oh, yeah, that's the first time I saw that. It did the animation with the condition icon.
All right, good news. I didn't necessarily lose everybody all at once. Although then we
I'm
gotta
slightly
figure out the
disappointed.
rest. Why would the linked not affect?
Because that is exterior to the actual breach itself. That's just
Fragmentations could fragmentation could hit up to this guy that I've pointed at.
It's also incendiary, isn't it?
this is going to be incidental fragmentation, so I don't remember what the damage is on that.
5D, according to what's been dropped in the
Incidental?
chat. Yeah, linked.
Oh, that's the linked. Yeah, so that again, that's outside the door.
Right, but it has a 5D frag damage.
Go through. What?
It has 5D frag damage.
Right, but that's outside the door. When it went off, there wasn't a hole.
Yeah, but it would make sense for the
I
fragmentation.
don't know. You can make a call, but
because you're blowing the door apart, and
well, that's another matter.
Well, incidental
call.
fragmentation will only go 5 yards.
okay, so
Anything
those
up to
two
that.
guys. So is that just damage 5D?
Okay. So fragmentation is a normal attack roll. It starts at 15, rate of or recoil of 3, and you take range and posture penalties to it, and then it is capped out depending on the damage. So 5 yards in this case.
So 3 yards to the guy who is stunned. I think that's -1.
Yeah.
So roll off of a 14.
Yes, if they're standing, yeah. Yeah, I when I would
Do they have DR though?
Yeah, they do. 18/6.
Okay, so then the incidental frag's not going to
yeah, it's probably not going to do any damage.
it's not going to get through their DR.
Are you sure? 5D?
No,
it's not 5D, it's 1D.
From the exploding door.
Unless it hits him in the face.
Okay. Well, then we can consider that complete. Oh, I wonder if concussive. Damn it, that's what I was looking up. It was crushing INC is incendiary, right?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
So what does incendiary do in this case? Are they on
Um,
fire?
Are they flammable? Is there anything flammable on them, especially?
Well, look at Artam. He's got, cloaks or
Outside of
leather and
normal,
clothes.
outside of hair.
Then probably not.
I am braining where that was exactly. Setting things on fire, but it has to do a certain number of damage. And given that this is just an explosion, it's probably not going to be enough to set it on fire necessarily. It usually takes quite a bit.
I don't know. The guy who stunned took 25 points of damage. The other guy took 19.
But there is knockback. So what's their strength level ish?
12.
So any 10 points of damage is going to knock them back 1 hex. And then they have to stand up or fall down.
Damn, I can't move him. I was going to move the body back 8 hexes. Said, how far back do they go?
1 hex per 10.
That would probably be it. Okay, so simply based off of that, I'm going to make Viper 13 make a dex check, and if he is unsuccessful, he is going to be going over the rail. Luckily for him, he just smacked into the rail really hard, and I just put a whole bunch of numbers into his dex.
Okay. Okay. So if we consider these resistant, so clothing, rope, leather, that sort of thing, 10 points will set it on fire.
Actually, high tech has some more detailed rules for breaching and stuff like that.
Oh, does it?
182.
I'll make a note of looking at that next
Damn it,
time.
we should have known that. Yeah, so those 2 guys in front are probably on fire as well.
It actually goes into shape charge, warheads and stuff.
Okay, is there an on fire
There is.
condition? There is. Okay, cool.
Wow, cool.
All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shift this back to Nim and say that was the end of the round, and now you guys are able to proceed as normal.
Okay.
Rigel, just one question. Do you
Oh,
think it
that's
would be
neat.
That was
appropriate
weird.
for do you think it would be appropriate for the guys to do like a fear check or something? Since
I
well,
was planning on doing something like that because they just saw their boss get disintegrated, and 2 of their dudes are probably going to go down because they're on fire and very badly injured.
yeah,
All right. So, tactical plan that we had worked out before. If the things went sour and we ended up doing the breach, what was the plan after that?
Get in and kill them all.
Was it just to charge in and try to take them out? Was it charge in and try to find what's her name and run her out? What's the plan?
We want to keep at least someone alive because we need to question where she is because she might not be here.
Well, that's fair. Okay, but as far as our actions, are we just storming in right after that and doing whatever we're doing, trying to keep one?
You could have your weapons. Oh crap! What does stun do in this case?
That's true. Wasn't that a thing? I don't actually have I don't have it set up for stun here. They all have a stun setting?
Pretty much.
Yeah, feels well. I guess it just
We've
never
got
came up.
there's the Sonic Stunners on Ultratech 125. I think we'll just use that as
Yeah,
the basic.
it's ultimately just a health check minus.
Yeah.
a
So
bunch.
if it's a rifle, the stun rifle, it's like health -4, armor divisor 5, and If it's a pistol, it's health -3, armor divisor 5. If you
Okay.
want to use it that way, or
Well,
you can just go in and shoot them.
so outside of a more specific plan, Nim is basically just going to charge down this ramp and try to get past them, so he can basically come in behind. They'll turn around and follow him and end up getting shot in the back or whatever. So that's the plan. How much movement will it take for me to get through the door?
The door is a big gaping hole. You can
Well, I
easily
mean,
move through the hole.
How far away am I? How far in can I get out of the 8?
I would say everybody was 3 yards away from it. I think that puts you out of the blast radius.
If we had something in between us and it, yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Okay, so three good. So 5 inside then. Around there-ish, I suppose, would be about right. Okay, so Nim will scramble out of the cover and just bolt straight through the door, just running full tilt.
That's very bold.
Well, it's kind of how he rolls. Actually, yeah, I'll stick with that. He may end up doing a power slide at some point.
All right, so Loophole is just going to step through the breach and casually step over the mangled corpse of the boss.
Oh no, it's not there. You remember, it's like he goes back 1 hex for every 10 damage, so he's like 8 hexes away.
Well, his remains are.
So you
I
can
think it's
step
more like
over
he's
his
spread
boots.
over 8 hexes.
Yeah, you step over his boots that are still there.
He will. Loophole will be holding his weapon up at the ready, and he's going to be pointing it at the nearest sort of effective person. So probably this one, and he will say, actually, does his quirk come into effect?
So how much damage do the guys that are on fire take from being on fire?
A d6 minus
Yeah,
5. Sorry, -2, I think.
something like that. Catching fire.
Oh wow, I fixed my PDF thing on accident.
Oh wow.
Good.
What did you do?
I started typing on fire, and I guess O or N changed me back to the right thing.
Okay.
So, Loophole is going to shout, "You don't want any more trouble. Stand down, drop your weapons." I guess he can make an intimidation roll.
1d -1 damage per second, page 433.
I'd assume
And that'll
armor
be
still
his turn.
applies.
Okay, number 1 has to make a consciousness roll to even do anything, which he barely succeeded. So he's gonna spend this round trying to put himself out of fire, trying to put the fire out.
Is he below health?
He is, yes.
Because then he's at -1 for every.
Oh no, he's at 0 hit.
Right, so he's not at -1 hit points or more.
Nope, not yet. That would be the next guy. So requires a dex roll, and each attempt takes 3 ready maneuvers. So that means he's going to take 1d -1 fire damage.
Yes.
Give me a second as I quickly create
No worries.
generic damage.
So would you consider that overkill?
I am slightly disappointed, to be honest.
It was a pretty big
Yeah,
boom, and you did
that's not-
vaporize the boss.
That's not even going to get through the armor.
Yeah, I was wondering if that would be large area injury or just ignore that and just use the torso armor or whatever. But yeah, if they've got armor on, it's probably not going to hurt. Unless it's
Unfortunately
on
for
their face.
Carbonite Viper number 3, he is going to go unconscious while on fire.
This is probably bad for him.
Never a good combination.
Let's see now. Now I need to look up Intimidate really quick. Group Intimidation is -1 per, so that would have been a success by 1. However, I'm going to give you a +4 because of the explosive.
That is rather intimidating, I would think.
Particularly since, as you stated, their boss is now spread over 8 squares.
Yeah, they're probably painted with their boss's blood or
Wait,
something like
you
that.
weren't going for a group. You were going for a single person, right? Right, Ronky?
Well, it was sort of directed at the group.
Okay, so that'll stand. So that'll be success by 2, success by 1, success by 5. Okay, so I need to beat a success by 5. Is that right?
Guess so. That's going to be tough.
Why are their wills so high? That's not right.
Brainwashed?
No, it's like showing. Oh, son of a bitch! It was showing like 14, and I'm like, that's not right. These guys are mooks. They don't even have names like the dead boss. Okay, so I think that's what I'll just throw the surrendered up there for that. So
Work.
Carbonite Viper number 5 simply drops his pistol. I rolled health, but it should have been will. But oh my god, this is so irritating. The stupid 3 keeps, overriding.
Oh. Okay.
No idea why they're.
I was gonna say if we fixed it so that the NPCs on the tracker are now individuals, that means that you could not therefore go back to the NPC sheet that they came from and fix something.
Yeah, you would have to do each individual.
Which isn't necessarily a deal breaker. In fact, I'm not entirely sure it worked in the first place.
Well,
Okay.
looks like all of them failed their checks there. We've got one that's unconscious and on fire, and another that is desperately trying to put himself out of fire. So, not much for Red to do other than to saunter in and grin at the explosive stuff.
Appreciate a job well done.
And
And he's
because
AFK.
I want to see this again, that's interesting. Round 3.
Except this is GURPS, so that doesn't really apply.
Yeah, well, also though the battle's basically over at this point because all of them are
true.
like putting their weapons down and raising their hands and saying, "Please don't blow me up."
So Nim is basically sprinting forward because he's still in the middle of his Han Solo charge here, and he will see them lowering their weapons and effectively surrendering. So he'll sort of come skidding to a stop somewhere around here-ish. Like, yeah,
Battle's over.
I
All right, so
casually
Loophole
comment
will
that,
walk in.
Sorry.
We'll say, Nim, secure those weapons. And then
I
he'll...
got it.
The guy that's on fire, desperately trying to put himself out, can he be saved?
Yeah, because we determined that the damage isn't going to get through his armor.
Yeah, he's over. He's not below hit health.
Is Red the type of
No.
person that would render assistance to an enemy?
Unfortunately, yes, I would probably.
Yeah, we're the Don't Hurt Innocent squad. So technically, if they've surrendered, they are no longer hostiles.
So within 2 seconds, the guy who's still conscious and on fire is going to fall unconscious simply because of he's below 0 hit points,
Right.
just not into the death thing.
So Loophole will continue walking in. He'll say, Red, see what you can do for him, indicating the guy that's on fire. and still alive.
Yeah, let me hold on to that for you.
Yeah, they're like sitting there still staring at the bloody streak that was their boss, and like one of them is definitely gonna turn and throw up because he's got pieces of him in him. I got
Some
pieces
of
of him
them
in
in
my
my mouth.
hair.
You got some boss on you there.
What was her name? Visa. This will go very quick for all you guys if you can tell us where Visa is. We know you took her.
So there are 3 that are conscious. All 3 of them will point at this in the same direction towards, like, another door that looks like it's probably like an internal door.
Take her. We don't need her.
Exactly.
I guess he's the healthiest of these.
He is the healthiest, yes. He's lucky he only took 4 points.
Is there anyone else in here? Or is this your gang?
Well,
The
it
extent of your
was.
gang?
It was. I guess you guys are in charge now, huh?
You're damn right.
Nim, can you secure these guys? I'll get this guy to
Yeah,
lead
I
me
got
to
it.
Visa. Visa.
That. So, tactic point,
Yes, sir.
we brought zip ties.
Star Wars equivalent, anyway. You brought vacuum tape.
Or whatever.
Yeah, you stole some vacuum tape from
I think they have cuff tape.
Daryl's.
in,
Well, I'm thinking
Architect.
like, I'm just thinking it's funny. It's basically going to be the same thing, but it's like, you stole some vacuum tape from Daryl's bag, and it's like, good luck getting
There you
that
go.
off. You use that to patch up spaceships.
You, number 9, take me to Visa.
Yes, sir.
Visa.
Right away, sir. This way, sir.
And Loophole will follow like 2 yards behind.
Yep, she's in there. She's like, her hands are free, but she's like cuffed, by the feet to the chair, and like clearly in, got a computer stuff going on. And she's like, it's not done yet. Then we'll look up and say, oh, wait, no. Let me
Hold on.
rephrase
She
that.
didn't.
There was a very large explosion.
I was going to say
So
that.
even though she is she has not handcuffed, foot cuffed to the chair, she has crawled under the desk and is basically trying to hide under the desk.
She's probably still hearing the rain of shrapnel.
Debris has stopped falling. At what point does Nim go, hey, you should probably like detonate that thing.
Number
Get those
9,
Nemoids
free
in.
her.
No. We gotta go up to the top and get a nice view of it when it goes off.
He's like, yes, sir. And very quickly leaps to.
Are you okay?
She's like, I'm doing a little better now. I don't think we've met. Wait, I know
I'm an
you,
associate. I'm an associate of Nim. You're doing some work for us.
don't I? Right. That's where I know you from. Yes, well.
Doing forged stocks for former clone troopers is probably really easy because you only need one picture.
So, you were a
not
little
untrue.
overdue, so we came looking for you.
I
Seems
certainly
lucky we
appreciate
did.
it. And number 9 is gonna, mutter, it's like, not for the boss, it wasn't lucky.
Loophole will shrug.
All right,
Well,
so
we've made a little bit of noise here. We best get you out of here.
yeah, well, I'm gonna need that and that and that, and she's like pointing to a couple of the computer things.
Yeah, right. Put it in the bag here.
Loophole will look at number 9 and say, well, you heard it.
She's like, nope, don't let him do it because there's like grenades over there. It's like, I would not. I've learned my lesson.
Red's like, grenades?
Yeah, I think I'm too far away to hear that. But yes.
Over comms.
He's not. There's nowhere in the universe that's too far away to hear that.
Yeah,
Red.
apparently these dumbasses had me slicing into the Imperial network, and they redirected a shipment of of imp gear.
You don't say.
That's
See,
Damn it!
awesome.
Now I
idiots
don't
didn't.
hate these guys as much.
Oh well, they were gonna do very bad things. No, we weren't. Okay, maybe we were. But we're totally not gonna do bad things now.
Guess what? You got a new purpose in life.
And Red, I
They
think
all
we got
found the
some candy
course.
for you over here. You might want to come and check it out.
It's not a whole lot. There's like obviously there's a handful of weapons. There's like a box that had 6 grenades in it. They are plasma grenades, so that's helpful. There's another box that has a bunch of Imperial credits in it. It looks like they didn't have any armor though.
That's a shame.
That's bad luck.
Let's see. How do I do this? I created a parcel.
Ah,
Just drop it into the party sheet,
okay. Yeah.
into the inventory part of it.
Oh, yeah, I
Party
forgot
sheet.
we had some thermal detonators. You know, you totally could have used a thermal detonator for that.
Mm. Well,
We never got around to really determining how much damage the thermal detonators actually did.
Were
There
they
we
not
go.
like a contained antimatter explosion or something like
There
that?
was something like that, yeah.
It's contained
I
within
remember us
a
having that discussion.
10-yard force field or something.
Something like that.
Let me look at luck and see if I put that on there. But I put the equipment that they had there in the loot.
See it.
Woo. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
wow. I like that better.
But it is contained. I think it's 10 yards.
yeah. Yeah, it's something like that. 10, 15 yards, something.
I have 5 to 6 yards, but in there. But you might be able to dial it. I will double check that and get that information in there. But yeah,
Well, 5 to
Wow.
6 yards is kind of around about right. You know,
Yeah.
10-yard diameter.
because everybody wants to roll 60 times 200 at some point in their life.
Yes. Yes, we do. All
All
right.
right. So the next question I have is, what are you going to do with the survivors?
I'm going to put them to work.
Have they just now been enlisted in the rebel cause, whether they
Damn right.
realize it or not?
Fodder
More
1,
like
fodder
impressed.
2.
Okay, so 2 of them are very badly injured. The other 3 are probably recoverable. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
well,
only down 6 or 4. You know,
they may need
that's
some
not
back
terrible.
to. Now, typical Ultra Tech, if you actually don't die outright, you can probably be saved. But
Unless it's
no, I'm
sadness.
thinking
You die of
I'm thinking
sadness
if we
in
keep
Star
these
Wars.
guys close, we can make sure we can control who they talk to, and that's probably the way to go, at least for the time being.
Well, we probably want to leave them here in their hideout. We don't want to take them to our location.
I was debating about that because I'd surely like them to carry our loot. Suppose we could have them carry it back to Vessa's place, and we could take it from there.
Yeah, you could then stun them and, like carry them back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
they
whatever.
wake up shackled to a bunk and they're like, "Oh God, what now?"
Guess what? You're being rescued. Please don't resist.
Does anyone have better first aid than 12?
What's the default?
Well,
Actually, I think it's
default
easy.
is IQ
Yeah, it's easy.
4.
Mine's 12 as well then.
Which gets him to 12. Yeah, I've got an 11 for Duros.
Alright, so Loophole is going to just do some stabilizing first aid since we're going to keep these guys.
Mm. Actually, did I have a pack?
Nice.
I do not appear to have one. I thought I had a first aid kit.
This one here is dead, is he not?
No, it seems he's still
Crap.
alive.
Well,
Only
he's
the boss is dead.
unconscious, but he was on fire. He has been burning, unless someone went and put him out.
Well, I'm assuming I did after you guys entered.
Did you?
Yeah, didn't you ask me to do that?
I did.
Well, I failed. No, I said
Put him
see if
out.
you could put him out because he was still alive and kicking. By the way, with respect to DR and being on fire, DR protects for a number of turns equal to the level of DR.
Ah,
So if they had
okay.
DR
18
18,
rounds.
so
Yeah.
18 turns, and then DR ceases to be effective.
Yeah, so he'll be okay probably if we actually put him out.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so you are gathering the stuffs. You are taking these dudes with you, and it sounds like you are heading back to Vessa's place.
That's the plan.
Yes.
That's that'll work for her because she can finalize the cards for you or the IDs for you. Not going to leave them at my place though, because I'm not going to be there very long. I'll have to relocate, jackasses.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that we're going to get a substantial discount on these cards, right?
Rescue discount.
Yeah, she's totally going to say, yeah, it's right there, and points to the thing of with the Imperial credits.
That's
And, and I'll keep in mind, definitely get some discounts in the future.
I didn't quite brain that the 5,000 Imperial credits on the party sheet wasn't there before.
It was not there before. No,
Okay.
it's just like a box with the credits in it. Hell, it
Mhm.
might be remember the rows of
Mhm.
things in Andor and Aldhani. It's probably something like that.
I do have a question. Are we making a fake ID for the Wookiee as well?
Yeah, it was previously ordered. It's for everybody. Everybody was getting some,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
not
think
really
it
going to
helps
matter
much.
because I
Yeah.
know it's like Nim kind of stands out too. It's just like, hey, we're looking for a Duros. I'm not
Yeah,
that
well, there are more
Duros.
Duros in town
Yeah,
than
in
Wookiees
this case,
currently.
there is the Wookiee, right? The Wookiee.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
be a matter of this is not the Wookiee that you're looking for.
Mhm.
they go,
True.
This
yeah,
is
Very
you're
true.
right, but we're gonna still take him and throw him into work. And for loophole,
Like,
it's like, I've seen a dozen of you.
No, this Wookiee's name is Doril. Completely different in Wookiee.
you're like,
And
are you racist? All Wookiees don't look alike.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Nim's
you ask the stormtrooper, "Are you a racist?" And he says, "Yes," and he shoots you.
got the benefit / curse of also being confused with Nemoidians, who are probably also around in town in numbers.
Yeah, they've had a bad time of it ever since the Clone Wars, because they got blamed for a lot of bad things.
And rightly
why are
so.
the dudes in the combat tracker blue?
I removed the hostile
Oh.
and I just left it blank.
Oh, I did not know that.
Faction none is blue, and friendly's green, neutral's gray. They should probably be gray.
Yeah, okay, neutral. I thought there was a gray in there. I don't think I've ever actually removed it.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. That's why I noticed it's blue.
I only removed it because I was moving them to neutral, and empty or none was in between green and gray. And I was just like, huh, okay, I'll leave it like that. That's interesting because blue's the best color. So you're able
I think Nim would
to
agree with that.
you were able to get back to Vessa's place, and she's, needless to say, a little pissed off about the damage done. The surviving guys are all blaming the boss. It was all his fault. He made them enter this horrid life of crime, and they didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Are these guys like stupid, or are they like, um, normal people just trying to get by?
They're mostly
What
normal dudes.
what level of thug?
I'm imagining the meme of these are the same picture.
Yeah, they're just normal people that have fallen into lives of crime.
It happens.
They don't have, interestingly enough, with their stats, they don't have a whole lot of really negative disats because I didn't put a whole lot of thought into the mooks.
Nim, for one, does not judge them for their crimes.
We would need to come up with some sort of vetting process if we were going to potentially recruit these people.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily serious about recruiting them unless they're actually valuable somehow.
I mean,
Red shirts are valuable.
Wow, all of their armor's got this reddish tint to it.
That's their boss.
Oh, right.
You've
They
got
can
some
never
red
wash
on
that
you.
one out. Damn it, that'll never wash out.
But yeah, so if you do want to, what is this that I don't have? Yeah, if you do want to find some way to get them into the HQ without them necessarily knowing, it's totally doable. You can have
Yeah.
potentially vet them there, and if they don't work out, then you may have sewer access that you can just toss them in.
Mm-hmm.
as
That's
we
definitely a
just learned,
conversation
right?
to have with Bosco and or Luck.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
because it's an
social
old
engineering
abandoned.
has something like that.
It's got it was an old abandoned warehouse, so it's entirely possible it has like some place that could double as a cell for a span of time. It's a big freezer that isn't actually a freezer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they misbehave.
But it will take a couple more hours for Vessa to finish, and then she will give you the identifications, the whole lot of them, that for these three PCs plus Bosco plus Duril plus Luck. Um, Although Loophole and Lux can be like you guys can swap them around however you want to. And she will recommend trying to avoid using them for a day or so because the data will still be propagating. But within a day, those things will should be work fine.
Side note, it occurs to me that while I would enjoy immensely setting off the crybaby, we might save that for next time. Just
Leave
in
it in
case.
place.
Mm-hmm.
In that
Wow.
case, we would have done
Okay.
a camouflage roll on it or something, so it's not noticed.
True. I figure we threw it in the trash or something like that outside.
Okay, so and damn it, yes, I definitely have to get this button issue resolved.
I guess the carbonite vipers have been reincarnated again.
They need a better name.
I don't know. Now you guys can run around and call yourself the Carbonite Vipers if you want to. What
Then we need a better name.
are you talking about? They're perfect patsies for stuff.
This is true.
More like the carbonized vipers, right?
Carbonated.
Okay, so with that, you are this stupid button thing.
Just can't win, can you?
Nope, I certainly can't. I know what I need to do is I need to get a proper cable because the button was working for my my wireless Xbox controller. The problem was if I didn't talk long enough, it would go to sleep, and then I would push the button and it'd have to
Right.
wake up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And the one I had before that worked awesomely until it just stopped working entirely. So I need to get one of those again. Yeah, is it the decision to actually take these or get these guys into the hideout, like I don't know, lock them up temporarily or what?
I think that would
Uh,
be Bosco's call because he's the boss, but Loophole's going
let's.
to be hesitant because our HQ is the most valuable
Yeah.
thing we have. We would
We
not
don't.
risk anything.
We don't necessarily need to keep them at HQ, but we could keep them somewhere where we could get to them and they don't, aren't running around. And we're only talking like a couple of hours before we end up going catching up to the previous episode. So Bosco is still around, so we could just stash him somewhere off site and then go back and get with Bosco and see what he wants to do next week.
I mean, we,
Okay.
we could probably find a place for them in the sewers next to us, no?
Something like that. And then we could just push them in if we don't like them.
Yep, yep. Very effective.
All right. Well, with that in mind, you are able to secure them someplace, which we will determine where at a later date, which will be next session, depending. And you are able to return to the HQ with everybody's identifications, or at least fake IDs for now. Uh, Pretty much everybody's asleep at this point. And then you can turn in for a couple hours before you have to get up, and everybody goes to meet old Arno and Puggles Trod. So unless anybody, hold on. So unless there is anything else in mind, I will probably call it there, and we'll have that circle wiped to the black.
Need to be able to do that.
That would be cool. So if you are watching or listening to this and have comments, questions, complaints, general heckling, or even very creative insults, feel free to leave that comment here or on Discord or YouTube or wherever we are at the moment. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube or Twitch channels. Or don't. I am not your dad. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye bye.